Okay, welcome to the Royal Ulster Academy Annual Exhibition 2020. As usual this year we come from the heart of the exhibition in the fantastic surrounding of the Ulster Museum. It's great to be here and see that the standard of entry is once again at a very high standard, despite the pandemic, a testament to the creativity and the resilience of the artists and of course the tenacity of the RUA. Unusually and unfortunately we don't have you, our clients, here with us to view the exhibition in person and to enjoy some hospitality. However, we have the very next best thing in the form of an interactive online platform which will allow you to view and purchase, hopefully, some pieces from the exhibition ahead of the opening to the general public at noon tomorrow. We will shortly be sending an email with the link to give you your exclusive access, but before that we have the opportunity of speaking to some of the people responsible for pulling the exhibition together. We have Betty Brown, President of the RUA and an artist in her own right, Kim Mulhiney, Head of Art at National Museums Northern Ireland, and Glenn Patterson, writer, Professor of Creative Writing at Queen's University Belfast and also adjudicator of the judging here at the exhibition. So you're all very welcome. So maybe just kicking off the discussion, Kim, with you, we just talk about how important a part this exhibition plays in the Ulster Museum's calendar.
It is a huge part of our exhibition programme, and it's a cultural highlight for us every autumn that we're able to host this amazing exhibition. We love being able to show work by established artists and also those up-and-coming artists who normally wouldn't necessarily get an exhibition in a national museum or art gallery. So it is just amazing that we've worked hand in hand with the RUA, looking at the health and safety of our visitors to make sure that this exhibition was able to open to the public this year, because in March it looked a bit bleak, but we've been able to work with our staff here at the Ulster Museum and with the amazing team at the Royal Ulster Academy.
And the standard of entry this year?
Oh, it's fantastic as always, and there's always what we say is it's such an eclectic mix. There's something for everybody. There's everything from abstract art through to really beautiful portraits, and not forgetting all the amazing three-dimensional sculptural work that we can see around the gallery.
Okay, very good. Glenn, you acted as adjudicator of the judging this year. Were you impressed with the winners? Loaded question as it is.
Yeah, I was particularly impressed with the winners, which is why they won. But I was impressed with everything that I saw. As Kim said, I mean, it is an extraordinary exhibition. It is part of it's such a part of the calendar here. It's a big part of my year coming down to the exhibition, and to be invited to come in and to judge is, as you can see from my expression, petrifying in the extreme, but such an honour, and just to be able to spend time walking around in here and looking at this is it's extraordinary. It is, I think, even more than in previous years. I'm just taken aback by the variety, by the expertise and excellence on display.
Okay, very good. So Betty, you've managed to pull together a fantastic exposition once again. Have you done it?
Yeah, I mean, seeing it up, that has been the satisfaction, because this has been the hardest year of my tenure. I have a 3-year tenure as president. First year you discover how to do it, second year you feel slightly more confident, and this year I thought it might be easier, and then we were hit with the COVID restrictions, and suddenly all the rules had to change, and the capacity of the show. And so rewriting the rules and just worrying from that point onwards until this point when I actually see the show on the walls. That has been the big challenge, just to get it here, and not really knowing how we're going to achieve that, but having a fantastic team. I have a team behind me in the board who support what we do, and if I didn't have that, and they're of course all volunteers, we have staff. We had the worries about being locked down and staff being off and things like that, and so the whole of this year, but to actually come here now and see the show on the walls, that's the achievement. So.
Well done. I mean, it's hugely impressive. Can I put you on a bit of pressure and ask you for your favourite piece?
Yeah, that is total pressure because
If
nobody
that's
speak
okay.
to me
I'm listening with great interest to hear Betty, so I'm just inclining my left ear in your direction.
I even know from artists that even on Facebook, I decline to click on artists' work because it'll be held against me in the future. So actually, I keep above.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, thanks for that. So, Glenn, any views on how we ensure that NI's creative writing sector continues to thrive over the next few months, few years? Obviously, it's been a very
This
challenging
has
period.
been a uniquely challenging time for artists of all kinds. Just in being able to survive, and I think it has finally perhaps begun to register with the executive here how little most artists earn, even in what would be considered a good year. And whatever way you look at it, 2020 has not been a good year. Simply financially, it's a real struggle for many, many people to carry on. And to be looking into a winter where there are possibly yet more restrictions. I know that some money has come through. May as much of that as possible go to artists and makers and to people who work in the arts. But it's such a challenge. And yet, as we know, and as is so often said, Northern Ireland is known for its arts. That you look how many times you see Northern Ireland advertised through its arts, and you just have to support in every way that you can people who are making art and making art happen.
Yeah, very good. Well, I know, Betty, I think really this time last year you and I shared a platform and we were talking about funding for the arts and the role of business, and I suppose we recognise the role that the way many other businesses have to play in supporting the arts sector, which is hugely important. I suppose maybe just how do we ensure, Betty, that kind of positive future for the arts?
Well, it has definitely changed this year. I mean, we're so grateful to be supported by KPMG. But this year, as I say, because we were doing things slightly differently, we decided we would have to go online as well, just in case the show didn't happen or there was some other problem after lockdown. So we started at that point to organise to do an online exhibition to run parallel, just that it would look like this, but it would be almost three-dimensional. So we applied to the Arts Council for funding. Now, usually we would have gone for an education programme or something like that. That collapsed because we can't have schools coming to the museum. So we decided, but if we had a film, we could send it to schools, and therefore the schools would be able to visit in another way. And the Arts Council has supported that, and we received funding to support that film, that three-dimensional film, which will go live tomorrow, really, with KPMG.
Yes,
so,
okay.
And that's so new for the RUA. The RUA had to be dragged, kicking and screaming, but to use new technology. When people visit, they will almost be in the gallery. They are in the gallery, but they can visit, and if they have those goggles or things, they can almost stand in the gallery and direct their way. So it's fantastic. So it has changed everything.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if anybody would like to adopt a writer. If there are any businesses out there would like to adopt a writer, I'm just thinking about it. And people could put on headsets and they'll be inside the writer's head. And there'd be a lot of time looking out the window at goldfinches. I understand that, but I mean, I just float that. If any businesses would like to adopt a writer, and just or an artist, indeed, indeed an artist. But yes, I was just I had my Shimasini Centre hat on there for a moment. But one of the things I think that has been really great, we've been doing some work through the Shimasini Centre with the Ulster Museum on an Acrasis project where we've got some of our young writers coming in and responding to artworks here. Brilliant project. And we were doing that with an online version of it that actually did reach audiences that perhaps the versions we'd done before in the gallery didn't reach. And while I would never ever want everything to move totally online, we can maybe learn things from these extraordinarily difficult times.
Exactly, and not just that, I found, with the museum too, we have shifted so much, even full exhibitions online like Culture Lab, etc. But our education team have been working all throughout the summer to deliver our education programme live into schools. So they will have one of our education staff actually delivering a lesson digitally into the school, but also we're giving them objects in these memory boxes too, so that they can have that. But that project's really important, and this is one of the things that I really have taken from lockdown, is that even though we would be doing those things with you, the audience now that we can attract is global. We've actually, you know, this exhibition will have a global audience now, whereas before, you know, with the digital platform, it just means that we're opening these artists up to a whole new audience, and that's what we're trying to do in the museum as well, so that we have this greater audience that we've never been able to capture before. So it is a positive, if we can ever say that, in this extraordinary time. So.
As long as they know that they have to still come here next
yeah,
year
no,
and
absolutely.
see it. Like, we all,
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to be, it's hard to be kind of the experience kind of in person, like. But I think due to technology and the digital era and the advancement, I think you get the next best thing, which is fantastic. So, listen, look, thanks very much for that. That was a really interesting discussion.
Great talking to you as well. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. So, as I've said, KPMG is proud to support the arts, and we continue to act as a partner to the RUA and other arts and culture organisations during these very difficult times. All that remains for me to do is to announce the winner of the KPMG Young Artist of the Year Award, which I'm delighted to say goes to Mantis Poderes for his fantastic piece, which was titled The Self-Portrait at the Age of 28. So it's a fantastic piece, and I encourage people to check it out. I think the code is 202, if you could do that. So to access it, you should find an email from KPMG in your inbox, where you'll see a link which will take you to the exhibition opportunity, so you get a chance to view each of the pieces and purchase anything that you like in advance of the official opening tomorrow. So with that, I just want to say to enjoy what will be a fantastic exhibition over the next couple of days. I want to thank you again in terms of the panel and your conversation. I'd like to thank you, our clients at KPMG, for your continued support during these times, and to say have a great evening and stay safe.